Good morning, student. Students, by the last lecture, we discussed with you what is electrolysis, how the product of electrolysis are obtained at the electrode and in what amount by the Faraday's law. Then we discussed with you the electrolytic conductance. Then we discussed with you the types of conductance, which were electrolytic and the metallic conductance. We also discussed with you the effect of dilution on conductivity of the strong electrolyte and the weak electrolyte. I told you that the conductivity of weak electrolyte cannot be explained by extrapolation of a graph, but it can be explained with the help of a law which is called as a Colash law. Now, in the beginning of this chapter of electrochemistry, I told you that this is a branch of a chemistry which deals with the relationship between the electrical energy and the chemical energy. Now, in electrolytic process, the electricity was used to obtain the chemical change. Now, in the second part of this chapter, we will be dealing with you the galvanic cell. Now, in the galvanic cell, or in fact, the galvanic cell is a device in which a redox reaction is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. So, in the lecture of the day, we will be discussing with you the galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. Galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. What are this galvanic cell or voltaic cell? Galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Now, in the galvanic cell or voltaic cell, it is a device in which chemical change will be used to produce the electrical change. Fine. So, galvanic cell is a device in which redox reaction is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. How do I define the galvanic cell? It is a device in which redox reaction is used to convert electrical energy into chemical energy. Used to convert electrical energy into chemical energy. How is the question? Used to convert electrical energy into a chemical energy. Am I clear? Electrolytic cell was a device in which electricity was used to obtain the chemical change. Galvanic cell is a device in which redox reaction is used to convert electrical energy into a chemical energy. Now, in the galvanic cell, if you look at the construction of the galvanic cell, there are two half cells. If you look at the construction of the galvanic cell, there are two half cells. One of the half cell is this and another half cell is this. There are two half cells. Now, in each of the half cell, there is one electrode. Like this, there is one electrode. Half cell will be containing an electrode. Then, in another half cell, there will be the another electrode. These electrodes are dipped in the electrolyte. We have electrodes and these electrodes are dipped in the electrolyte. You can see over here, students, these electrodes are dipped in electrolyte. These are electrolyte. Here again, this will be the electrolyte. So, we have the electrodes dipped in electrolytes. Now, the internal connectivity between the two half cell is provided by a U-shaped tube, this tube, and this U-shaped tube is a salt bridge. Am I clear? This is a salt bridge. This U-shaped tube is a salt bridge. And the external connectivity, of course, is connected with the battery. This is an emitter connected over here. This is how. So, this is a voltaic cell or a galvanic cell. In the voltaic cell, there are two half cells. In each of the half cell, we have an electrode dipped in the electrolytic solution. You may see over here, in this half cell, there is an electrode dipped in the electrolytic cell. Here again, there is an electrode dipped in the electrolytic cell. They are connected to the external circuit, and the internal connectivity is being through the U tube called as a salt bridge. As for example, the example which we have to discuss in the syllabus for this is a Daniell cell. What example we have to go for this? It is a Daniell cell. So, example of this will be a Daniell cell. Daniell cell. Now, in a Daniell cell, if you look at the Daniell cell, in Daniell cell, this is an example we have to do, or we have to study this further, this part of the chapter through Daniell cell. We have a two half cell. In one of the half cell, we have got the electrolyte, and this electrolyte is a solution of zinc sulfate. We have an electrolyte in which we have a solution of zinc sulfate. In zinc sulfate, there is an electrode of a zinc. This is a zinc electrode. Then here we have another electrode. This is copper electrode. And this copper electrode is dipped in the solution of a copper sulfate. Am I clear? So, what we have in the Daniell cell? We have a zinc electrode dipped in zinc sulfate solution, copper electrode dipped in the copper sulfate solution. Now, what will be the function of this? It will convert the chemical change into the electrical energy. Chemical energy will be converted into electrical energy. Now, students, in this Daniell cell, just try to understand, when this cell circuit is complete, we observed that the flow of current in this voltmeter is toward this side. And we all know that the flow of electron will be opposite to the flow of current. So, this over here will be the flow of electron. Am I clear? This is zinc electrode dipped in the zinc sulfate solution, copper electrode dipped in the copper sulfate solution. Both of them are connected over here through the external circuit. Here we find out that the flow of current indicated on this voltmeter is toward this side. We all know that the flow of electron is always opposite to the flow of current. It means the zinc electrode must have lost the electron and the copper electrode must have gained the electron. So, zinc electrode dipped in the zinc sulfate solution, this half of the circuit or the cell will be called as a oxidation half cell. What do we call this cell over here? This will be called as oxidation half cell. Am I clear? Here the electron flows from zinc to copper. So, copper electrode is gaining the electron. So, this will be called as a reduction half cell. Is it clear, student? So, this half cell we will call as the reduction half cell. So, we have an oxidation half cell and we have a reduction half cell. Now, this complete cell in which one of the half is oxidation half, other half is a reduction half. This is reduction half cell. This will be called as a galvanic cell. And in the galvanic cell, when the zinc electrode is dipped in zinc sulfate solution, where the process of oxidation takes place, copper electrode is dipped in the copper sulfate solution where the process of reduction takes place. This will be called as a Daniell cell. Now, if in this Daniell cell, we are to write down the cell reactions. So, how do we write down the cell reaction in this Daniell cell? You may see over here, zinc is undergoing the process of oxidation. So, zinc will be losing the 2 electron, and when zinc loses the 2 electron, it will result in the formation of a zinc ion. What reaction is this called as? It is called as a oxidation reaction, and the cell reaction will be the oxidation half cell reaction. Now, the copper electrode will be gaining the 2 electron, and when the copper electrode gains the 2 electron, it will result in the formation of copper, and this cell over here will be called as a reduction half cell. So, we have an oxidation half and we have a reduction half. Zinc loses 2 electron to form the zinc ion, copper gain 2 electron to form the copper ion. Now, if we sum up these two reactions, on summing up these two reactions, this will cancel up. So, this will be zinc plus copper ion. It will result in the formation of a zinc ion, and copper will be given out over here. It will result in the formation of zinc ion and copper, and this reaction over here will be called as a redox reaction. What reaction do we call it as? We call it as a redox reaction. Am I clear, student? So, this reaction will be called as a redox reaction. Now, which one is the oxidation half? Zinc. Which one is the reduction half? It will be a reduction half, the half containing the copper electrode dipped in the copper sulfate solution. Now, zinc, since it is losing the electrode, so this over here will be acting as anode. Just see the point of difference. Copper electrode, since gaining the electron, it will be acting as a cathode, as in the normal electrolytic cell. But just see the point of difference. Zinc is anode. In the electrolytic cell, anode is positive. Here again the electrodes are losing the electrode. But as per the sign convention, zinc electrode will be a negative electrode. Remember this. Zinc electrode will be negative and copper electrode will be a positive electrode. This here comes the point of difference between the galvanic cell and the electrolytic cell. Zinc anode is negative. Copper cathode will be a positive electrode over here. So, student, if we differentiate or compare the electrolytic cell and the galvanic cell, this cell reaction is clear. So, if we compare electrolytic cell and galvanic cell, if the comparison is done between the electrolytic and galvanic cell, in this comparison between the electrolytic cell and the galvanic cell, how we compare? Now, first of all, if we compare in terms of electrode, sign, anode will be a negative electrode. So, sign, then electron flow and the half reaction. So, if we compare this in between the sign, then half reactions and the flow of electrons. Sign over here, then the flow of electron. Flow of electron. Sign, if we say electrolytic cell, anode will be positive, cathode will be a negative electrode. Here in the galvanic cell, anode will be negative and cathode will be a positive electrode. Anode negative and cathode will be a positive electrode. Flow of electron from anode to cathode. So, at anode it will be out, at cathode it will be in. Am I clear? Anode, the flow of electron will be out. It means it will be losing the electron. At cathode, the flow of electron will be in. Am I clear? Here again, at anode, the flow of electron will be out. At cathode, the flow of electron will be in. Is it clear, student? So this will be a sign convention between this. So here it will be same, but only point of difference is here anode is positive, here anode is negative. Here cathode is negative, here cathode is positive. So sign convention between the two electrode will be different. Tell me, student, whether it is clear to you or not. So what is galvanic cell? It is a cell in which redox reaction is carried out, or redox process is used to convert chemical change into electrical energy. I mean to say the chemical energy will be converted into the electrical energy. Is it clear? So chemical energy is used to convert the, I have written it wrong over here. So it is the device in which redox reaction is used to convert chemical energy into the electrical energy. Fine. So chemical energy into electricity. Chemical energy into electrical energy. Make a correction. Device which is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. So device which is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. That was a redox reaction. Am I clear? Electrolytic cell, electrolytical energy was converted into the chemical energy. So I hope you must have made the correction. It was written wrongly by me over here. The device in which the redox reaction is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy is called as the galvanic cell or the voltaic cell. Now, example of the galvanic cell is a Daniell cell. In this Daniell cell, we have got the two half cell. In this, the zinc electrode is dipped in the solution of a zinc sulfate. Copper electrode is dipped in the solution of a copper sulfate. In this, the process of oxidation takes place. So this is called as a oxidation half cell. In this, the process of reduction takes place. So this is called as the reduction half cell. The point of difference will be zinc electrode is negative and copper electrode will be positive. So zinc is a negative electrode and copper will be a positive electrode. I think I must be very, very clear to you, student. Now in the part B of this lecture, we will discuss how to represent a galvanic cell and what will be the function of a salt bridge. I hope you must have been understanding this. We'll meet again in the part B of this lecture. Till then, thank you.